I'm very concerned about the level of spending proposed here in foreign aid in a situation where a lot of experts are saying there's already aid backed up. And my South Dakota taxpayers...
South Dakota Senator Larry Pressler, already a strong, respected leader in the United States Senate.
I worked with Larry a lot since he came to the United States Senate, primarily on agricultural issues. He's solid, he's a hard worker, and he gets things done.
He is one of the most effective freshman senators I ever saw. In 6 years, almost 6 years, he's made a very distinctive record for himself.
In fact, few men have ever come to the Senate better prepared to serve their state and their nation than Senator Larry Pressler. Raised on this farm near Humboldt, where his family still farms, Larry Pressler was an outstanding student and an award-winning national 4-H leader. He worked his way through the University of South Dakota, and on the basis of his record there, was named a Rhodes Scholar. Next came Vietnam, then Harvard Law School, and finally, deeply troubled by the crisis of Watergate, Pressler decided to run for Congress.
It was in 1974, the year that there was a loss of confidence in government, and I was a young person trying to bring some of that confidence back.
He won that election, and 4 years later, the people of South Dakota sent him to the U.S. Senate.
And we've got to get this amendment moving, and we've also got to get the farm legislation on the floor moving, and if you'll take care of that...
From his offices in Washington and from 4 regional offices in South Dakota, Pressler directs the work of a talented and highly committed staff. Their accomplishments are substantial. When the Chicago Northwestern Railroad tried to abandon its rail line between Pierre and Rapid City, leaving farmers no way to get their grain to market, Pressler went to work. When everybody else said it was a hopeless cause to fight, Larry Pressler fought.
He took it on all by himself to challenge not only the railroad's ruling, but the ICC could have went the other way. And I kind of wonder sometimes if he didn't challenge some of the powers in his own Republican Party.
Today, the trains and the grain are still moving.
He's a fighter. He's done all he could, and I'm sure that he'll carry on the fight. And if he sees anything else that's out of step in the state, he'd fight for that, too.
Another battle that Larry Pressler fought and won was the battle to protect American consumers, ranchers, and meat processors from substandard foreign meat products. His fight for tougher inspection standards has led to a crackdown on imported meat products. It was also Pressler who in 1980 offered the amendment and forced the Senate vote against the grain embargo.
It was the first step to ending the Soviet grain embargo. I think we've got to find more markets for our farm products in the next 10 years. I think that international agricultural trade will make more difference in terms of South Dakota farm prices than any domestic farm program.
20,000 people in 44 communities will soon have fresh, clean Missouri River water as a result of Pressler's fight for the Webb pipeline. For the small towns throughout South Dakota, Pressler has worked hard to maintain and improve rural fire protection services. And Senator Pressler also fought hard to keep and expand jobs at the space-oriented Eros Data Center near Sioux Falls.
Well, lots of other states have been trying to grab the jobs at Eros, and lots of other states have been trying to take the functions that are at Eros. But on the Commerce Committee, I have fought to keep those functions in South Dakota, and we're going to keep it, and we're going to expand it.
As a member of the Senate Aging Committee, Pressler pays special attention to the needs of our older citizens. Thanks to Pressler, seniors in rural areas will receive expanded congregate housing services.
You're the people who built the state, and you're the people who, really made our country, and I think we have an obligation to do everything we can in Congress to take care of our senior citizens and to be fair.
Larry Pressler is determined not to lose touch with his roots in South Dakota.
Well, I come back to stay in touch with the people and where I'm from, and I think a senator should do that. It gives you an inner strength, plus it inspires me. I go back to Washington recharged with the feeling that I'm representing wonderful people, honest people, hardworking people who love our country. Washington's a rather rootless place, and if you can stay in touch with your roots, I think it makes you a better senator.
A better senator. South Dakota's Larry Pressler.
I'm very concerned about the level of spending proposed here in foreign aid in a situation where a lot of experts are saying there's already aid backed up. And my South Dakota taxpayers...
South Dakota's Larry Pressler, already a strong, respected leader in the United States Senate.
He is one of the most effective freshman senators I ever saw. In 6 years, almost 6 years, he's made a very distinctive record for himself.
South Dakota's Senator Larry Pressler. One of the measures of an effective United States Senator is his ability to respond quickly and get results on tough problems. South Dakota's Senator Larry Pressler has done just that. When the Chicago Northwestern Railroad tried to abandon its rail line between Pier and Rapid City, leaving farmers no way to get their grain to market, Pressler went to work. When everybody else said it was a hopeless cause to fight, Larry Pressler fought.
He took it on all by himself to challenge not only the railroad's ruling, but the ICC could have went the other way. And I kind of wonder sometimes if he didn't challenge some of the powers in his own Republican Party.
Today, the trains and the grain are still moving.
He's a fighter. He's done all he could, and I'm sure that he'll carry on the fight. And if he sees anything else that's out of step in the state, he'd fight for that, too.
Responsive and effective, Senator Larry Pressler. When low-flying Air Force B-52s caused the loss of over 50 head of his cattle, Cliff Bieber of Java went to Senator Larry Pressler for help.
When these things had come over, they made a lot of noise, and the noise was behind them. First the shadow would go over them, and then the noise, and they'd just take off and run. You know, some got killed, some were crippled. Well, after the Air Force gave us a runaround for a while, we heard of a meeting Senator Larry Pressler was having in Aberdeen, and anyone with problems should come and welcome to come down there. So we went down there and explained our situation to him, and he grabbed the ball and run with it. He got them stopped. B-52s quit coming over. He took it just like it was his own problem. He could really understand. He's got must have some farming experience or something knows about cattle, because he really understood what I was talking about when I said what was going on.
Responsive and effective, Senator Larry Pressler. After serious heart problems, Bill Legal of Sioux Falls had trouble collecting medical benefits until he contacted Senator Larry Pressler.
I worked for the Air National Guard for 27 years. After that time, I had a heart attack, and shortly thereafter, I had heart surgery. After heart surgery, I was disabled. I lost my job, and not knowing which way to turn as the bills were starting to mount from the hospital, somebody recommended that I call Senator Pressler's office, which my wife did. After getting numerous calls and letters from the hospital wanting to know when they were going to get paid for their services, after talking to Senator Pressler's office, the matter was cleared up in approximately 2 to 3 weeks. Just being an average Joe on the street, I was really impressed with the way that office handled the matter, and I'm sure if he's done it for me, he'll be able to do it for anybody.
Responsive and effective, Senator Larry Pressler.
80% of the students in South Dakota are using some type of financial aid. Senator Pressler has shown a great deal of leadership, particularly in our interest in providing for the financial needs of students in South Dakota. He took the lead in the United States Senate recently when we were working out problems that relate to the Guaranteed Student Loan Program. It's going to be a benefit to the students in South Dakota as well as students in all parts of the country.
Responsive and effective, South Dakota's Senator Larry Pressler. Senator Larry Pressler has worked hard for older South Dakotans. He's made their concerns his concerns. As a member of the Senate Special Committee on Aging, Pressler played a key role in the passage of the Social Security Reform Bill in 1983. And Pressler is working now to preserve Medicare. He has fought in the Senate to assure funding for senior citizen centers and nutrition programs. And it was Pressler's amendment that provides for congregate housing for seniors living in rural areas. South Dakota Senator Larry Pressler.
When I got out of the service, I was going to school, and I wasn't getting my service benefits. So I went to Larry Pressler's office, and it was just like a matter of a few days to a week that I started getting my actual benefits starting to come. I'm really surprised that a man up that high in office would take a personal interest in a small guy like me.
Responsive and effective, South Dakota's Senator Larry Pressler.
These are challenging times for older South Dakotans. The availability of housing, adequate nutrition, and the cost of health care are important issues, which will be the focus of my 10th annual Senior Citizen Seminar next Tuesday in Aberdeen. As a member of the Senate Aging Committee, I've prepared a report on older people in small cities and rural areas. I want to invite you to join us. If you need information or have ideas for us to consider, please call my toll-free number.
Thomas Howell was having trouble with his VA disability benefits until he contacted Senator Larry Pressler.
The problem is bureaucrats. That I know because I'm entitled to receiving these benefits, and I've been been given the runaround. Senator Pressler's office will call and get quite a bit done. He's been not just saying what he's going to do, but he does it.
Responsive and effective, South Dakota's Senator Larry Pressler.